All right, Steve. That was great today. We're gonna take a look at your swing before when we first started the day. That's the top, and then the bottom is your swing at the end. So you can see your water bottle's in the pocket. This is actually during the water bottle drill. So we'll take a look at both of these and go from there. All right. So the first thing is your setup. Your setup is quite a bit better. The one thing that I would like to see still is you can tell really on the top one, your first one, the way that your spine is your hips or your pelvis is kind of tucked underneath you. So this right here, your pelvis there is kind of tucked and kind of rounded like this when we first started. When we talked a little bit more about spine angle and getting a little bit more spine angle, it was pushing the hips back that way all the time. And one of the important things, or what that did for you, was it really set this up much better with your back. So your pelvis and your back your pelvis isn't quite tucked underneath you quite as much. And one of the things in your setup to work on is to make sure or try to get your back kind of set. And I'll do a kind of an A and B, or a comparison between yours and my hips, and you'll be able to see a little bit better what I'm talking about with that. But your setup is one of the things that is really easy to work on, because you can just kind of set up the iPad behind you the way that we did, and get yourself set up, look back at the iPad, and you can see, okay, where are my hips? Where's my spine angle? Is it correct? Am I too upright? Am I too bent over? Whatever that may be. So the second one, down at the bottom, is a really good setup, and I really do like the spine angle much better on the bottom. So here we go. Here's the there's the club shaft angle. Okay, here's your spine angle. This is much better. Here's this one's spine angle. You can see the one at the bottom, we do have that kind of 90-degree angle that I was looking towards. We're working more towards that, so it is much better. So let's take it up to the top. Here are your hands at address. So as we take it to the top, one of the things that's really important that I was talking about is your left arm is pretty much 90 degrees from your spine angle, which we do have that now. You can see that up top it's not 90 degrees, and now it is 90 degrees to your spine angle. So here we go as well. Let's go. Here are your hands at the top. As we come down through impact, one of the important things that we talked about was your backside staying back a little bit, or sitting, which you do nicely at the bottom. And you can see you've maintained your spine angle, which is now much more at a 90-degree angle on the bottom than it is at the top. So at impact, you can see at the bottom, here's the club shaft at the bottom, which is pretty much the same. It almost matches what it was at address versus where we started, which is here. And this is really important about how to hit the ball straight and consistently, just like that. Okay, one of the other things I want to look at is your hand position. If you were to draw a straight line, your hand should essentially move straight from there to the top. And you can see what we've got now is we've got that happening. So what got us there, or what got you there, is number one, making sure that your spine angle is correct. There we go, that's a good spine angle. We draw it in. It's almost exactly, you're so close to being 90 degrees with your club shaft on the second one versus where it was. Which is right about there. So you can see it's much more open. All right. That one on the top, that setup at the top is really going to promote a slice. Or if you do rotate the club face closed, it's going to be a hard hook and you're going to have a hard time controlling it, which is why right now your thought is I can control a fade, because it is easier to control a slice or a fade than it is a nasty, nasty hook. But the one on the bottom is going to promote a really nice, consistent ball flight, consistent distance for you, and what we were talking about at the end, consistent contact with the face of the club. So I'll run it back again, and I'll run it twice for you, fast motion, slow motion, or 4 times really. So we pay attention to the difference between the two. This is full speed. We'll go again so that you can see the difference between the two. Here we go, full speed. Slow-mo. Slow-mo again. Remember, the bottom one is the good one. That's what we're looking for. Full speed. Great. Once again, good job, Steve. If you have any questions about it, make sure you send me an email, and yeah, we'll go from there. All right.